we should be identifying and prosecuting sources of pollution. I don't believe we should be attempting to put such severe restrictions on our economic and business activity that it damages our economy. And I don't think it's necessary when it comes to, say, climate change. And that's all I have to say on that. We need to protect it by preserving the resources with rigorous enforcement where the law provides for it. Thank you.
Well, I have a different take on this because I have been heavily involved in conservation. I am endorsed by the Sierra Club. I take this seriously. And I've told you I have a financial background. So I believe our economy suffers when we don't protect our natural resources. We get over 15 million visitors a year, $7 billion in spending, because people come here to see the beauty of New Hampshire. And if we don't protect that, then we lose businesses, we lose visitors. We must, especially in a town like Greenwich, we must protect our drinking water. We can only do that with a good Department of Environmental Services, and they are underfunded.
So I'm glad I'm kind of later here because I had to think about this question. But I will tell you what I did do this session. By committee, pass PFAS legislation. We're one of the first states. We modeled it off the mercury law, in which, as you know, we don't have any liquid mercury in them, and we basically did the same thing for PFAS. And I got kudos from both sides of the aisle for spearheading and making sure that legislation passed.
I think this is really where it all comes down, right? Like, I'm running because I have 3 beautiful kids and they need a future to live in. Our natural resources support us, and they're going to be what support our children. And it is one of the things that when you ask people, what do you value about this community? They talk about the natural resources. They absolutely deserve our protection. And I'll just say, like, one thing that's going on right now in the state is that we are allowing for-profit companies to develop additional landfills so that other states can come and bring their trash to New Hampshire. And they tried to put a stop to it, and the state was unable to pass that legislation that says we're not taking trash from other people's states to pollute our state. So this is something that is urgent, is pressing, and the time for change is now.
I'm chair of the Jaffrey Conservation Commission, and I've been on the commission since I moved here. And so I think there is a very strong need to balance environmental care, but wisely, using science, because we can't stop all of that. That would be silly, and it would cut our own throats. But we don't want to become so developed that all of our wells are poisoned, like Western Pennsylvania. And so the other thing I would say is that if you ask, where are our energy resources in New Hampshire come from? Do we have any gas? No. Do we have any oil? No. Do we have any uranium? No. The only thing we have in the state that's ours is wind, solar, biomass, and some hydro. And so if we want to be self-sufficient and not pay the highest electricity rates in the country, we need to develop the things that we have and not import from other states. It costs us a lot of money to ship it here. Like eating wine.
Well,
I don't think anybody in this room or in this state wants dirty water, dirty air, or garbage on the roads. It's up to each and every single person to take care of their own personal property and take care of their areas and their towns and their communities and expand from there. Regulations are good to a point. You can't regulate us out of our businesses, but it's important for the future of all our kids. And it's important for us. We grow our vegetables and everything here. My husband's out in the woods. Never mind. So